we are Team Elmer's. We're a local construction company. We do stuff from the ground down, so asphalt excavation, concrete. We do have a cranes and rigging department as well, and do some piers and piles and trucking. So we service northern Michigan, everything from White Cloud, Mount Pleasant, Midland, north to the bridge. How many people had Mackinac Island as one of their locations in that video? We did actually work on Mackinac Island the last 2 years. Those big storms that came through eroded the shoreline stabilization that was there, and also undercut the road, the perimeter road that goes around the island. So how do you build on an island? You actually barge over all your equipment. They give you special permission to run engines on the island, because the only engines on the island are the emergency vehicles and then snowmobiles in the winter, right? So we were the only excavation equipment on the island while we were rebuilding that road. Crew stayed on the island Monday through Friday, went to their home to their families on the weekend. That's unusual, not on the island every year, but that was kind of a special opportunity for us to contribute. And then some of the families came up on the weekend and were able to visit with them and play on the island while they were off in their off time. So why construction? Construction, we need 500,000 workers from now till 2024. There is going to be a lot of opportunity in the construction trades over the next couple of years. People are retiring, people are moving to the area, a lot of growth going on. You probably see they're talking about affordable housing and need more construction. That means apartments, townhouses, and homes. A lot of those needs foundations. And you also need infrastructure to be able to support that. So the underground water lines, the underground sewer lines, and then the storm sewer to take all of the rainwater from the street off so that you have a safe road surface. Also the roads, right? We need to be able to maintain those. That's a perpetual system. Every 20 years or so, you need to mill off the top wearing surface and repave that, or do a complete reconstruct if something is degraded beyond the point that it can continue. And you may be doing reconstruction anyway, because those pipes underneath need to be upsized because of the growth that's going on, or they need to be replaced because they've reached their life cycle. So a lot of opportunities. Like I said, we do not need to have a college degree to be able to work here. We will pay you to train you. So you can come on down. Less school means less debt. Try not to have that, pet debt around the rest of your life, because that's a burden that a lot of people can't get off their back. So you want to make sure that we help with that process. So you can come work here. You can start in the field, entry-level position if you'd like. We have some that started out as laborers, worked their way up to a skilled equipment operator, then to foreman, then to project manager. They've done their entire progression here through that, and be able to improve. And with that comes salary increases and more responsibility throughout that timeline. Some people are asking, well, if you start somewhere and you don't like it, what are you going to do? So, well, if you start somewhere and you don't like it, you can always move laterally. That's one great thing about Team Elmer's, is we have the capability to shift a little bit. So if you come in the asphalt side and you want to go into excavation, or you come in the aggregate division and you want to work over towards asphalt, or you start as a mechanic and you're like, oh, I like mechanics, but I want to really see what we're doing. So I want to get out on the road on a truck. All of those things are possible because we have that flexibility or ability to help you succeed where you want to grow at. So great things to consider. I'm going to play one video that we had from participant that she is working her way through college as she works here. So I'd like to share that with everyone. Got that, share, and we'll move over to YouTube again. Sorry guys and ladies.
My name is Elizabeth Domeris and I work here at the M72 pit, and I'm an equipment operator. I applied at Team Elmer's after my first year of college, and I plan to come back here each summer until I graduate. I know this is a typically male environment, but I chose to come to Team Elmer's for the hands-on experience, and I've grown up knowing about Team Elmer's. My dad works here, and I thought it would just be a good summer job and get to know the work environment. I feel that my job has a good combination of new tech and hands-on. With some of the equipment here, we have computerized screens or controls, but for the most part, it is all hands-on. The training that is required to be out here, we started with some basic safety training in the office, and then most of it is on-the-job training. They get in the truck with you, they show you how to run the equipment. They're very helpful in teaching you what you need to do to be successful. The physical and mental skills that you need for this job are endurance, hard work, communication skills, and a team player. I think women that like to be active outdoors and have a hands-on work experience would really like this job.
Great. Awesome. So opportunity, maybe construction's not a career, maybe you're looking somewhere else, but maybe you don't want to have debt like we talked about when you graduate college. So you can work your way through school, get paid to train or learn a skill. All those skills are transferable too. So if you end up moving somewhere, construction is going to be wherever you're at. You can't outsource construction jobs. They need to be geographically specific. You're not able to outsource that overseas or in another state. They have to be installed where they're at. So that's one good thing about construction for security. Some people asked about pay. What kind of pay can we expect? What can the hours can we kind of expect? If you're a seasonal worker, so if you're out on a crew on a job site, that's typically April 15th to November 15th, just because we have to operate within seasonal limitations. You can't install projects when there's frost in the ground or snow flying. It's not optimal for that installation. And a lot of the municipalities that are the owners of the projects that we install, they have limitations on when they'll perform that are weather related. So usually, again, April 15th to November 15th. We try and work a week schedule, so we're Monday through Friday. If possible, if it rains in that event, we'll work Saturday. But we try as much as we can to have Saturdays and Sundays off. We understand that you want to have a life outside of Elmer's, and that's important. Some people asked about hours. Boy, what can we expect for hours? You're going to be over 40 hours a week. You're going to probably be more than 50 or 60 in that 5-day time frame because we work sun up to sundown. We can get on the roads to do that sunrise to sunset. So that's about a 10 or 12 hour a day, sometimes longer when we get into the July months where you have a little bit more sunlight. But again, you're trying to fit a year's worth of work in that 7-month window. A lot of crews like that because they'll get the hours. Anything over 40 hours is paid at time and a half. So that's when you start getting some of the dollars adding up. That makes a great living, a great life for those that are working that. And then there are also fishermen or ice fishermen or skiers. So in that off month when they're off work for the December, January, February months, resting up, getting trained for the next skills, they're also able to take some time and ski or ice fish or be with their family. So great lifestyle for those that like to live that. There's some that's like, well, I don't want to be off. I want to work year round. That's an option for some crews. We do have snow plowing, so you're able to work year round if you want to do that. We also have support staff too. So if you don't want to be in a crew, if it's not laboring or entry-level position, or if you're not operating equipment, if that's not your thing, if maybe you want to turn a wrench and fix all of our equipment, that needs to be repaired throughout the year, as well as annual inspections and updated through the winter months. That's year-round full-time employment. Other options would be support staff. So it might be a welding job, it might be tire shop, it might be quality assurance or quality control, where you're testing material to make sure it falls within specific parameters. Maybe you're an accountant and want to work in the accounting department or administrative assistant for all that paperwork for MDOT and all of those municipals that need to have their paperwork done properly. Maybe it's communications and you want to come and work with us and talk to others about the opportunity to work here, or educate others about what we're doing at Team Elmer's, both internally to our crews and externally to the public. So lots of different options for you to partake in. Time-wise, salary-wise, usually around about $54,000 is the construction average. We have people that make much more than that because they're either managing people or have heavier skills, or they're getting that overtime work that we're talking about. So just to give you an idea, it is a range. It's really going to depend on what you're doing and where you're at. When you're ready to start learning more about that, we can talk more specifics, but I'll give you an idea